Hey docs, I'm going to give you a couple sound bites that could help you on your table talk. You see, when it comes to concussions, the one variable in all of the research that has really stood the test of time that differentiates whether someone is inclined to get a concussion or not is actually neck musculature. So in other words, females are more likely to have a concussion than a male in the same impact. Now we're here at the beach, and the difference in a whiplash, a true whiplash from a motor vehicle accident versus someone who just face plants off a wave is when someone plants the nose of their surfboard and they just eat it face first, is a force going back into extension. However, in a motor vehicle accident, a car crash, what happens is the lower cervical spine actually goes into extension and the upper cervical spine goes into flexion. Therefore, these traumas after a motor vehicle crash could be chronic issues that go on for years because, again, extension in the lower spine, flexion in the upper spine, it's that S-shaped curve that does so much damage just to the cervical cord. We haven't even talked about the lower back. This is why we're doing our virtual PI Beast Camp. Our virtual means you have Deed Harrison and Dan Murphy going over the biomechanics, talking about the research, the studies. And that one study I just mentioned was in spine back in 1997, and that research hasn't been refuted since then. So for the last 20 years, lower cervical spine segments, C7 and T1, actually go 10x on the extension. There's 10 times the extension that's physiologically should be the range of motion. So the preponderance of evidence that supports the injuries really points to you, the chiropractor, as the solution. So join us. It's a virtual PI Beast Camp. We have Deed Harrison, who continues to write research papers that validate care, biomechanics in chiropractic. Nobody better than pumping out the biomechanical research than Deed that validates what you do. Dan Murphy, going through why we need to deliver the adjustments we deliver. In our virtual PI Beast Camp, he differentiates a side impact collision and the adjustments you need to deliver versus a rear end versus a head on. And I know this sounds crazy, but it's the physics of force equals mass times acceleration is really why the attorneys will refer to you. You see, the force of a truck will actually put more impact into your patient's spine. Having said that, also trucks carry bigger insurances, which is why the PI attorneys love truck accidents, because the injuries tend to be much, much worse. So listen, if you're remotely interested, click the tab, get onto our virtual PI Beast Camp. We have Claudia Henry going over the pediatrics, Deed and Dan cover the biomechanics. We have Ed Harkins with Sam Collins teaching you how to properly diagnose and code for the people that need your care the most so you get paid. Look, this is important times in chiropractic. This program could really help you up your game in the personal injury arena, and I teach the marketing. What I will teach you how to do is attract 100 passive PI cases, people that will refer to you, urgent cares, other practitioners, professionals will give you scripting, how to get in, what to say, multiple sources of passive new patients, in addition to understanding why truck accidents, you should be getting a ratio from your attorneys, 5-to-1, 6-to-1. This is important work that we're doing. And again, much like falling off a wave, this isn't just extension of the head when you face plant. There's some really crazy biomechanics. If you dive into it, there is nobody, and I mean nobody, better suited to take care of a whiplash patient than you, the chiropractor. Any at-home activities they can do, any therapies. We have a doctor of physical therapy going to teach the at-home portion also in PI Beast. It's amazing stuff. It's all virtual, no travel. Everything's online. You can watch it multiple times. I'll say that again. You can view this multiple times and become the expert in your community. 100 passive PI cases. I'll teach you the marketing. Just get your biomechanics dialed in, your documentation. This program's amazing. Join us for the virtual PI Beast Camp. Class is about to begin, and once we start, we can't add you late. We move you through as a class so we can do interactive and questions. It's a master class, and I think you need to be on it. This is the time of year for precipitation, rain, and snow. I'm out of time. We'll see you for the virtual PI Beast Camp.
I went through the PI Beast Camp. It is a crazy amount of content. It is like so dense to get through. I'm pausing it every 30 seconds to take a bunch of notes down. The lineup that he's put together with that, from Dr. Dan Murphy to Dr. Deed Harrison and Dr. Drew Clark and Dr. Ed Harkins, and all of these people, just kind of a star-studded cast when it comes to the world of personal injury. Super helpful for me as a young doc to be able to learn from their years of experience and kind of stand on their shoulders, if you will. And just the layout is super nice. It's recorded, so you can go back and rewatch anything that you might have forgotten about or you just want to see again. So that part is really nice. And then also comes with a Facebook support group too. So you're in there with a bunch of docs putting questions up on the page, and then you actually have Dr. Harkins and Dr. Glow in there answering your questions on the page in real time. So really cool, well worth the money. So I just highly recommend checking it out if you get a chance.